Okay, I think I have my microphone and I've got the music turned down. Let's go here. Hey, welcome everybody to let me go ahead and clear this out right here. If you're in the United States, it is a Labor Day edition of the live stream. And today what we're going to do, as you saw from the video description art, or the background art, whatever, I can't even remember what we're calling it. That today we are going to dig into, I'm trying to get my bearings here, to part 2 of Hibernated 1 Director's Cut on the MEGA65. So we will do a little bit of playing of that game today. And we're going to see if we can dig in a little bit deeper than where I got during the first live stream where I unboxed this software. And let me just check here and see that we have everything is the way it should be. I'm always a little discombobulated when we first get started, but I think we're good. Okay, so I think everything's good. We've got some folks in the chat room. Let me show you what we're doing here. Let me go ahead and pop over here. And LoadTech, thank you very much. You do have audio. I appreciate that. So let me show you what we have here today. Just a couple of things before we get started. So first of all, I want to mention a couple of quick things. Next weekend in the United States, up around Chicago and Elmhurst, is the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest, and I will be in attendance along with my friend Jamie over at Jamie's Hack Shack. By the way, just released a new video on a Geiger counter, a hand-built Geiger counter. I'm really worried this guy's going to grow a third eye, but make sure you go check that out at Jamie's Hack Shack. But he and I will be driving up to Chicago. It's about a 3.5 hour drive for us, and we'll be attending. This is our second attendance, at least for me. He may have been to others, but this is the second one we've attended together. So I will be at the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest. Again, if you are in the United States and attending that. And I've got these 3 things. If you find me running around at the computer festival, if you're going to be there, by the way, if you're going to be there, put that in chat. But if you find me, you can have a magnet. I'll have this with me. You can have just a plain sticker, which is this one right here. Perfect for a laptop. Nice vinyl sticker here. Or we got this fancy hologram sticker. So I will try and have a few of these. And if you run into me and say, hey, I want either a magnet or a sticker, I'll pull those out of my pocket and we'll see what we have. So hopefully we'll run into a few of you there. That'll be just a blast. So let me go ahead and put these away. I should also remind everybody, which is why this is out, that this is, what do we call this thing? SepTANDY month, I think is what's going on. So Jamie actually tweeted me, DM'd me and said, hey, we need to do something for SepTANDY. So I have this upgraded a little bit. This actually has I think it's called a Rex Sharp built into it. I'm going to see if for this month for SepTANDY, if I can get a video put up for this device here so that I kind of celebrate with the rest of the Tandy Radio Shack community. This is, of course, the TRS-80 Model 100. This is one I found on eBay several months ago. Probably, well, gosh, it's probably been more than that. It's probably been a year now. Bought this during the lockdown, actually. That's something to do. So more on that later. I just thought we'd mention that we are celebrating SepTANDY month and going to do that. Also want to mention a new read I have. This has been great. If you've not seen this, this is The Computers That Made Britain, the home computer revolution of the 1980s right here. And it's by Raspberry Pi Press. I ordered it from them, but it is, even if you're in the United States, you are going to enjoy the heck out of this book because it covers all of the major models of computers that made an influence in Britain in the 1980s. So just started it. I've just got done reading the Commodore PET area, which is really kind of cool, learning about Commodore PET and more precisely more about Chuck Peddle, which is great. But let me just show you some of the things that the computers that are listed in here. We have Commodore PET 2001, Apple II, Research Machines 380Z, so it goes all the way up through the Amstrad and Acorn Archimedes, which I don't know much about the Amstrad and Acorn Archimedes, so that's going to be just a blast to read about that. So that's my recommended read. I am working on that right now. Make sure you get that. I think my recommended read last time was this one. If you've seen that, this is a little more visual. So if you like the pretty pictures, this is a good one. This is Retro Hardware Guide, Ultimate Retro Hardware Guide. So check that out too. So a couple of good reads for you. Link to this will be in the video description down below if you'd like to purchase that. It's also available at Raspberry Pi Press. So just pretty nice. Check out the back. Got the great logos. Really like that. All right. Let me check and see before we get started here. How are we doing on, and make sure I'm still broadcasting here. You all are quiet in the chat room today, so let's see here. Oh, we've got, okay, well, we've got 10 of you hanging in there. So let me know if you're watching. Go ahead and drop in the chat and let me know you're there. Hey, Max, good evening. Good to have you here. Some focus hunting, enjoying the show. There you go. Welcome, Max. We're glad to have you here, as well as Lone Tech snuck in a little bit early too. So here's what we're going to do today. Now, over here, I have this box software right here. We've already unboxed it and did that in a previous live stream. So we're going to go ahead and move that away. The link for that unboxing will be in the video description if you missed it. And what happened is we played a little bit of this game. We played just for a couple of levels, and then we got hung. We got hung at I think in the, what do we call it? The private area, which doesn't sound good. We got hung in our private area. That sounds painful and sounds like we need a doctor. However, that's where we got hung. But what we're going to do is we're going to load this today. We're going to start over because we can move through the first to where we got hung pretty quickly. And then we're going to see if we can get a little bit further. Now, the good news is, hey, Targus, great to have you here. Just saw you in the chat room. The good news is also in the chat room is BitShifter. BitShifter is responsible for the loader for this software, as well as the interpreter for the MEGA65 for the machine, the text adventure machine, the Z machine. So that is our saving grace if we get lost or stuck. And we're going to play for about an hour and see how far we can get. As I mentioned in chat, one of the things I don't want to do, and BitShifter confirmed this will not happen in an hour, but we want to play for about an hour. We'll see if you want more of it. We'll save where we are at the end of the hour. We'll see if we want more of this. We'll play a little bit more, but what I don't want to do is I don't want to finish the game online, because if you decide to purchase this, because it's available for every platform available. I mean, you can buy this for everything. We're just playing it on the MEGA65 because that's near and dear to my heart, but I don't want to spoil the ending for you. So we'll play up to a certain point, see about where we are, and then we'll stop. But again, I took a survey of the viewers and I said, hey, do you want me to do some more of this Hibernated? And it was pretty unanimous. Everybody wanted to see more. So that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to revisit the Terran Alliance and dig in. So what we're going to do, though, is we are going to play from the floppy disk. Now, BitShifter is in the chat room and will tell you that we had some issues with the original version of the image, the disk image, and we've since corrected that. So let me show you something. If you do, in fact, have a copy, I do have a blog post available that shows you how to copy the MEGA65.D81 image to the 3.5-inch floppy so that you can get that updated, because there were some things that were not working from the floppy disk version, and it turned out the disk image version. But BitShifter got all that worked out along with Stefan Vogt, who's the creator of Hibernated 1 and writer, and just did a great job creating this interactive fiction game. And we got all that taken care of, and my blog post will show you how you can update this so that you can save the games properly, because that's what was happening. So what we're going to do now is go ahead and let's go ahead and bring up, I'm going to bring up this screen right here, because this is going to let you see me. Not that you necessarily want to see me. It'll also let you see the computer keyboard as we type, and it'll let you see the screen right there. So I'm going to pop this in, and you're going to hear all the chunks and everything. Now, I do have the music on in the background. It's pretty low. If it's annoying you, just let me know and I will be happy to move that. All right, let's go ahead and throw this into the drive. Isn't this a pleasant kerchunk? Listen to this. Don't you just love that? The old 3.5-inch kerchunk. I should also say too that I do have our card today, which is our how to play interactive fiction. If we had had this the first time we were playing, we probably could have gotten a little bit further. So we'll refer to this. I also have over here, I have my map that I've started. This is where we left off. So we'll have these two things here. I guess we should put this here to remind us that we are a member of the Terran Alliance, and we'll kind of be drafting along as we go, the screens and where we are. That was the way I played back in the day. I would imagine that's how you all played back in the day too, because unless you had a better memory than I did, it would be hard to remember all of these locations. So that's the goal today. That's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be relying heavily on chat. In chat, You can leave me tips and tricks and ideas. I'll probably ask you some questions and I'll check in on occasion, just see how everybody's doing. But the first thing we want to do is go ahead and load it. So I'm just going to do shift run stop. That's the easiest way. Now remember, I'm loading it from the floppy. We are not playing from the disk image. The disk image actually loads a lot faster. Oh, you know what I forgot to do immediately? I forgot to mount my 3.5. There you go. So let's do that first. Let me just go ahead and reset so we can get that. So this is what happens when you get carried away. Let me just run that through that for you. So again, you have your 3.5-inch floppy, you pop it in, and you could go to the freezer and mount your 3.5-inch floppy as your default drive, but you don't need to. You just type mount. Now that makes the 3.5-inch floppy our default drive. There we go. And then I'll hit shift run stop, and then that will do it. So apologies there. We're getting there. And again, if we were using the disk image, this would run a lot faster. So if you remember last time, while that's loading, we started in the hibernation chamber. We went to the lower corridor. We had our private area over here. I know it's kind of small and you can't see it, but we'll have it as a guide. And then we can drop to the docking bay here to pick up a few things. So we're going to go ahead and do that pretty quickly for the first round. Need to remember that this particular game uses fore, aft, starboard, and port for the directions instead of north, south, east, and west. Little tip though, north, south, east, and west do work on this game. So if you just really want to do that, you can. All right, so we'll hit space. That'll load the story loader here by Bit Shifter. I think I hear you in the background. You have, let's see, you have the stream on a phone or something. Oh, interesting. You're hearing something in the background. Let me see what's going on here. Let me see if I don't, but I do have a monitor here that might actually have, there we go. I've muted that monitor. Let's see if that helps. Max, thank you for that. That should stop some double. Okay, so now here we go. We have the game. It turns out that this little LCD monitor I've had in front did have audio turned on, which it was real low, but that's kind of weird. So thanks, Max, for that. I think we got that cleaned up for you. So here's the game. We are in a cold, dark place. Now remember, this is a sci-fi inspired game, so we're on a ship, and we'll go through here quickly. Hibernated 1, The Place is Death, a science fiction story by Stefan Vogt. First-time players should type about. So if we do about, it gives us a little information about what's going on. Right now, we are in a cold, dark place. You wake up feeling a feeling of nausea grips you as you slowly regain control of your senses. You should open your eyes. So what's nice is it's telling us immediately what we need to do. So I'm just going to type open eyes. Now there are some shortcuts, so we'll learn about those along the way. So with the eyes open, blurred shapes slowly morph into a clear picture. It takes a moment for you to find your way back to reality. As a Polaris 7 reaches its destination, still a bit shaky on your legs, and you climb out of the hypersleep tube. Okay, so this area right here, the room is lit by a gentle blue light. A glance through the porthole reveals nothing but the endless vastness of the Centaurus constellation. Proxima Centauri must be very close now, but there is no planetary orbit in sight. It seems an incident has interrupted your journey, and the only exit is starboard. So remember, starboard is to the right, or whichever way you see this, right? Oh, it's still on. That's interesting, Max, because you shouldn't be hearing anything right now. I can't hear anything either, so thank you for that. Somebody else let Max know if they're hearing the same thing he's hearing. Let me just make sure my phone... Nope, Max, I don't have a live stream going on my phone either, so that's not it. So let me know what's going on. I heard a little bit earlier, right after the monitor was turned on, I don't have detail. Okay, so Lone Tech, so thanks. So apologies, I'm not sure. Let me just check. Okay, I've got everything set here. That's right. You should have some light music in the background, obviously. I do have that turned on. I'm hearing, let me see, hold on a second. Let's see, I am going to try something here. Let me try one more thing. Okay, that's the last thing that it could possibly be, Lone Tech, and I don't think it was, that's it, but maybe not. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on. The room is lit by a gentle blue light. A glance through the porthole reveals nothing. Okay, we've done that. It seems an incident has interrupted your journey. Okay, the only exit is starboard. So we talked about how you go starboard. So I'm going to go starboard. And now we're in the lower corridor. Now the lower corridor, flashing red lights are reflected on the palladium glass. From here, you're able to reach every section of the ship. So this is kind of like a main area that we need to remember. The hibernation chamber is port. So that's where we just came from, while your private area is starboard. So the docking bay lies aft. The passage forward leading to Polaris 7 command unit is barred by a massive security door. So that's where we got stuck last time. We could not open the security door. I think we can work through this though. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go starboard one more time. And again, let me show you where we are. So we've gone from here to here, and now we're in the private area right here. So we'll go back to here. And as you can see, we got 2 decades ago you left Sol for an uncertain journey. So that's where we are. It looks as if the place has just been abandoned. The equipment meets the standard for the Terran Polaris class, which means the hygiene module is nothing special, but the bed is actually quite comfortable. So here's what we're going to do. Last time we were doing a lot of this right here. It's safe to say you've slept, but what we didn't do last time, after I played around a little bit, is we didn't do this, search bed. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, search desk. There you go. And when we search the desk, when you search, you find a biometric pass. So I'm going to say take pass. Now, if we type I, we'll get inventory, so that now we know we're carrying the biometric pass. So what we're going to do now is we are going to go back to the lower corridor, and we are going to go aft. So let's just type aft. And now we're in the docking bay, and we need to grab a few things while we're in the docking bay. You see a laser rifle, and you see a space suit is there. So we're going to take the rifle, and we're going to take the suit. And you see we have both of those. Let's check our inventory. You are carrying a spacesuit, a laser rifle, and a biometric pass. Now, we have the pass. Now, what we should be able to do is go 4, and that's going to take us to the lower corridor. And then if you look, it says the passage 4 leading to the Polaris command unit, which is where we want to go, is barred by a massive security door. It divides the narrow corridor into 2 halves, which we've already looked at. So what we're going to do now is we are going to use the pass on the door. So let's try this. Use pass on door. I don't remember if this works or not. Let's see. Okay, so then we get a kind of a tool that helps us know what we can do. So the verb use is not something you'll do. So it says you can talk or you can put. Let's put pass in door. You insert your pass and a green light indicates authorization. The door opens. So this would be 4. So we can go 4 to move forward. All right. Now, we did not get this far before, so we have caught back up with where we were stuck the last time. So if you're coming in from the last time, now we're caught up. Now we're going to get to see a new room we didn't get to see last time, and here it is. We're in the upper corridor. So at this point, what I want to do is come back over here. And let me go up here, and we're going to say upper corridor. Okay. All right, and in the corridor, let's see. The 24th century is known for the emergence of crystalline architecture. And what you see here is the perfect example of that era. The lab is situated port. So there's a lab port, that's interesting, right above the chamber. The storage space lies starboard, and 4, you reach the bridge. You can also go aft to get to the lower part of the ship. So now we have a decision. Generally, before we move 4 and into the bridge, I think we should check out the lab and see what is over there. So let me go ahead and update my map here. So the lab is situated port. So here's a lab here. And then over here was the storage space lies starboard. So here's storage over here. Okay, and then north, and you can see already I'm going to run out of space on my grid paper. North is, so we'll figure that out. And north is the, or 4 is the bridge. Okay, the bridge of the ship is here. So there we go. We've kind of dug out a little bit more about what our world looks like. There we go. There's you a nice close-up there. Okay, and this is where we are currently. All right, let me know if this is helpful. I kind of, at least for me, the map, I think I have to do the map or I just think I would get lost. So hopefully this is helpful for all of you. All right, let's go to the lab first. So we are going to, let's go port. And now we're in the lab. When the Polaris 7 was built, great importance was attached to equipping this place with everything an explorer might need in space. The laboratory supports a range of focal points such as medicine, biology, chemistry, and technology. One door leading starboard is the sole exit. Okay, so it does not connect to the hibernation chamber. It can only go the one way. Good to know. There is a medicine cabinet that contains the standard auxiliary equipment for astronauts. That's interesting. You can also see a specimen tube. I wonder what kind of specimens we have in there, which is empty, and an interface cube, which is empty, and they are here. So I don't know how many things we can have in our inventory at one time. If we look at the little guide here, I don't think it says how many things we can have in the inventory. Don't see anything. All right, so we can, let's take a few things and just see if we fill it up. Let's take the cube. Do you mean the specimen cube or the interactive cube? Well, that's a good question. Let's take the specimen cube. That's fixed in place. Okay, good to know. So that means we're going to have to bring something back to there. Can we take the interface cube? If I can type today. That's fixed in place. All right. So we can't do that. What is 69mega.com? Interesting. Somebody's trying to use MEGA65. So if you see that in the chat, let me go ahead and see if I can get rid of them. Let me go ahead and report them. Report, unwanted commercial or spam, and report. So they are out of here. You received the report. Okay, good. All right. So, and then let me block that user. And let's see, I think we can remove. All right, so there we go. So we got them out of there. We had an alien just attack our ship just a minute ago called 69mega.com. Man, they are getting creative on these bots, aren't they? All right, so we know those two things are fixed in place. Let me go ahead and list over here what we have. And so we have the interface cube and the specimen cube. So let me go ahead and specimen, interface. And we'll say those are cubes. Right there. All right. So we have there. What else did we have there? Let's see. We also had computer allows the analysis or processing of various materials. So my guess is we would have to put those things in the computer. There's a medicine cabinet. Let's open cabinet. You open it briefly to take a look inside, but there's nothing in it there's nothing in it you'd need right now. Okay, good to know. So there is a cabinet. Let's go ahead and just put medicine cabinet. I don't know if it ever gets filled in some strange way, but maybe. All right. So then let's go ahead and I don't believe there's anything for. I don't think, yep, you can't go that way. So let's go ahead and go back starboard. We're here. Now let's go ahead and check out our storage area, which is starboard again. And here we say storage space. You stare at the most unspectacular location you've ever integrated into a spaceship. Well, there you go. It's a closet. What more would we want from a closet, right? Naked walls and steel shelves convey unprecedented sterility. The best thing about this interstellar broom closet, I love that, interstellar broom closet, Stefan, nicely done, is that you can leave it to port, which is where we came from. So nothing new there. A flashlight lies on the floor. I want to see, I know. You can see your toolbox here. Sorry. There we go. Max, thanks for keeping me square. My goodness, this is going to drive me nuts. I need like I said, I've always said this. I need somebody to always tell me what's going on. All right, so thank you, Max. I think we're good to go now. So you are seeing again and not just looking at my map. So there's the storage space that we were just talking about. We have a flashlight. Let's take flashlight. I tell you what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go back to my map unless I really need to for you guys. Okay, so I'll try and, sorry about that, Max. We'll get that. So let's go ahead and take the flashlight. All right, let's just check our inventory. We've got a lot of stuff. We were carrying a flashlight, a spacesuit, a laser rifle, and biometric pass. And BitShifter says there's a command that is called take all. Really? So I'm writing that one down. So that will just grab everything in a room at one point is what I'm assuming, BitShifter. Thank you for that. So I like a take all. I'm just curious. Let's see. Take all. There you go. So there you go. It grabs everything. So that took the toolbox. It would have taken also the flashlight from there. So take all gets everything in a room. Great tip. Thank you for that, BitShifter. That will definitely make things go a little bit faster. Jamie just says hi from the road. May have to catch up later. Hope everyone is well. We're working on it, Jamie. I've made them stare at a map for about 2 minutes while I was playing instead of actually seeing the game. So that's how it's going today. This is how it's gone so far. Actually, it's been a blast so far. So now let's go ahead and check our inventory again here. Carrying a toolbox, flashlight, spacesuit, a laser rifle, spacesuit, a laser rifle, and a biometric pass. Now we know we can go port, so let's go ahead and do that. And now we remember that 4 was the bridge, so let's go 4. Now you could combine these directional commands as well. I think you separate them with a space would work, so I could have done port, comma, 4, and that would have done the same thing. But just for our familiarity, we're doing that. Now we are on the bridge. The bridge is the heart of Polaris 7. It is dominated by a massive window which provides an impressive all-around view at a 180-degree angle. A dark object obscures the stars in the field of vision. Certainly of extraterrestrial origin, slowly drifting like a dead giant in icy waters. A cockpit chair is located in front of the main console. So this would be the Captain Kirk chair, I'm assuming, where countless lights dance. An exit lies aft. Io is here. He currently is plugged into the ship's network. Io, I believe, is a robot type of thing. So Lone Tech says, I'm guessing you could open the toolbox. Hey, let's check it. Let's open the toolbox and see what happens. There you go. You don't need to open the toolbox in the game. For example, to select a specific tool, when you directly want to manipulate an object with it, you may use it like this. Unscrew battery with toolbox. Well, that's kind of interesting. Or disassemble computer with toolbox. Well, at least we got some good information. So perfect, Lone Tech. Thanks for that. Okay, let's go back. Let's see, we're on the bridge. Let's sit in you guys want to play Captain Kirk? Let's sit in the chair. Or if you're a Picard fan, whichever your Star Trek. I know this isn't a Star Trek game. I'm just, let's say, do we have to sit in chair? Probably. You sit down on the cockpit chair for a while, but remind yourself that there are still some problems to be solved, and so you grudgingly get up again. All right, so it really didn't want us to do that. All right, so now we're in a situation. Let's see. We've got some things we need to do here. The heart of the Polaris 7, okay, a dark object obscures the stars. Let's talk to Io. Can we talk to Io? Here we go. You find it hard to take your eyes off the gloomy thing out there and catch yourself still staring at it while you speak. Io, status update, please. Io begins to glow, signaling that he has understood and is processing an answer for you. It's a load off your mind because if Io would be inoperative, the consequences would be severe. Hi, Olivia. Please So that's our name. Our name is Olivia, which makes sense because if you look on the box art, it looks like Olivia was captured in the hibernation chamber. So Olivia is our main character. Please forgive me for initiating the wake-up process, but as you probably noticed already, we have a significant problem. An unknown object crossed our route and captured us with a tractor beam. Initial analysis confirmed that the alien spacecraft is very old. It seems to have been in this region for thousands of years, as I am not detecting any hypertransfer residues. Remember hypertransfer residues. I don't even know what those are. Io pauses for a moment and then continues. Proxima Centauri is only 0.14 light years away, so we're close. But as long as we cannot move, it is impossible for us to fulfill our mission goal and confirm habitable exoplanets in the target system. We are basically stranded. Frankly, my database do not have an emergency protocol. Frankly, my databases do not have an emergency protocol for such a situation, so I hope you have an idea, Olivia. Olivia has no idea. Oh, I do. Let's knock and see who opens the door. How does that sound? What door? Was there a door in there? Hold on. Let's knock and see who opens the door. A dark object obscures the stars in the field of vision, certainly an extraterrestrial, slowly drifting like a cockpit chair is located in front of the main console where countless lights dance. An exit knock. Knock. Huh. Oh, I do. Let's knock and see who opens the door. How does that sound? I don't see a door. Knock on door. So the player 7, so evidently there's a door somewhere that we haven't had. Okay, so we're on the bridge. Now we've got to figure out what we are going to do here. All right, folks. So now Bit Shifter, get ready. We may be looking for you, man. Okay, so let's, I don't see anywhere else on the bridge that we can go. The heart of the Player 7 is dominated by a massive window, which provides an impressive all-around view. A dark object obscures the stars, which is something outside. Certainly an extraterrestrial, slowly drifting like a dead giant in icy water. Cockpit chairs located at the main console. Oh, in front of the main, can we examine console? The main console is meant for controlling every aspect of the ship. You don't have to operate it as long as an IO unit is installed. Okay, which is the case on the Polaris class. Okay, so we don't have to do that. So now what we've got to decide is where to go next, because we have looked at everything. I don't remember a door. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do now is, let's just see, a dark object obscures the stars. If you guys have any ideas in the chat, let me know what you're thinking, because I'm thinking we need to go aft. What you see, he wants us to knock at some door. That's kind of interesting. The lab is situated at port. The storage space, how can you use the spacesuit? Yes, but let's see, where can we? Lower corridors. Somewhere there was a place, if I remember, where we could open up a, let's see, let me go aft. Here we go. So the security door is open, lower corridor, and let's go aft. And docking bay. You stand in a desolate hall. This is the section where raw materials and samples are formed. An airlock. There we go. So it allows you to leave. Okay. An airlock aft. That's what I was looking for. An airlock aft. So let's go down here. And that's an airlock. So let's wear suit. We definitely don't want to mess. Okay, you're wearing the spacesuit. We don't want to go through the airlock. Let's see if we can open airlock. No need to concern yourself with that. Well, that's interesting. Knock on airlock. Player said, doesn't do that. You are wearing the spacesuit. Okay, let me look here again. You stand in a desolate hall. This is a section where raw materials and samples of foreign origin may be stored according to the Terran Alliance Directive. Before you get back to an airloft aft. So aft. Okay. Constant feeling of I hadn't gone there yet, of anxiety grips you in here. Before entering the external cold of space, you should check your gear. All right. So check suit. No entry. So a glowing red button is in bed. All right. Let's do it, folks. I'm either, let's see, Lone Tech says, so Bit Shifter, thank you for that. I've got that on. Lone Tech says, I'm thinking either examine the dark object, see the ship has lights, or consider going outside, which is where we are. Great idea. All right, Lone Tech, here we go. We're going to push the button and see what happens. Alien vessel entrance. Oh, you're in outer space. Fragments of star. So we're in outer space. How's that going to work? Fragments of stardust shine like a sea of fireflies, illuminated by a shivering light that emanates from an opened hatch 4. So that's here. So let me go into outer space. Actually, alien vessel, right? Yep. So we went through the airlock to an alien vessel. Oh, this is interesting. So now we're evidently our ship was connected to an alien ship. We moved in the airlock, and now we've moved into the alien ship. So now we get to explore the alien ship and check out the alien world we're in. Hey, this is pretty cool. To see, majestic and awe-inspiring, the alien vessel, or Wessel, if you're Chekhov, is drifting right in front of you. Okay, an alien vessel is drifting right in front of you. We always assumed we are not alone. Now here is evidence. Float up to return to Polaris 7. Further starboard, something seems in motion. All right, let's go starboard. Here we go. We're on the hull of the alien vessel. Now I am running out of grid space. I'm going to have to make this electronic. So we're on the alien hull. All right. It seems like there is nowhere else to go from here other than port, which would be to the left. No distinctive points, no conspicuous features, just the endless expanse of the hull. Mechanical arachnids rush all over the vessel. This does not seem good. You believe they might have a maintenance function. Let's hope. So it says that we can go. I love Stefan's writing, by the way. He really does a good job with this stuff. Nowhere place other to go than port. So if I go port, does that mean I can't go back across? That means I can't go 4 and back to the. You can't go that way. Oh, that's interesting. So we've got this jump where we've jumped onto the ship. Now we can't go back to our ship right now. So at some point, hopefully there's going to be a way to do that. But let me go ahead and port is. Let's just go ahead and go port. And now we're at the alien vessel entrance. Alien entrance. All right, what do we have here? You are in outer space. Fragments of stardust shine like a sea of fireflies, illuminated by a shimmering light that emanates from an opened hatch 4. So an open hatch 4. All right, so that's going up this way to an open hatch. We'll do that here in just a minute. Majestic and awe-inspiring, the alien vessel is drifting right in front of you. We always assume we are not alone. Okay, so let's go ahead and go 4. A little repetitive there. And now we're in the sphere room. All right, sphere room. Okay. The glow that you notice outside comes from a sphere in the middle of this room. What is the purpose? Could it be for transportation, which would make sense in an entrance area like this? So the sphere room, okay. An obvious exit is port. Wow, kind of going another direction again. Okay. The passage starboard leads to a corridor. So now, see, I am, let me just show you kind of what's, and I promise I wouldn't do this, but I'll remember to turn it back. Don't worry, Lone Tech, I'll remember to, look, I'm getting kind of a nightmare here. So I've got this here, which is where we are, and then I've got to come over, and it's, so I'm gonna have to work on this, but I will work on that later. All right. So let's see. The passage starboard leads to a corridor. So let me go ahead and I'm going to just do one of these, and we'll put it over here. So this is a corridor. So we've got 2 directions we can go. We can go starboard or we can go port. It could be an obvious exit is port. The passage starboard leads to a corridor. Okay. The hatch aft leads back into space. That makes sense because that's where we came from. There seems to be an invisible shield that keeps the atmosphere in the ship. So it doesn't look like there's anything to take there. I think what we're going to do is we are going to, let's go port. And now we're in the control room of the alien ship. And Lone Tech says, I'd consider drawing the second ship as a different floor. I agree. I think you're right. While we got here going aft into space, our ship was up from the alien vessel entrance. Good point, Lone Tech. Excellent point. And I can actually kind of start to see that because even in my drawing, I'm seeing some overlap on top. So that is a good idea. So I think I am going to have to spend some time with this in charting this out. That would be a lot of fun, especially as I continue to play and we get to see the world. So that would be good. Says your score increases as well. Oh, really? What score? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, because we are keeping score. So our score right now is score is 57, moves is 54. I had not bit shifter, so thank you for that. I had not really considered the score. I just considered getting through it. I assume that as you learn more about it, the faster and more precise you are completing the mission, your score goes up. I've never played these. It's interesting you say that. I've never played these for the score. I've always played it just for the fun of the game. So something to think about. That's great. Thank you for that, bit shifter. Excellent. All right. So let's see what we have here. Control room. Must be some kind of hub in the ship's data network. Both technology and logic are likely to differ markedly from Terran standards. Of course they will. At least some beeping noises and a subliminal humming create a feeling of familiarity. Interesting. You can leave this place by going fore or starboard. On a metallic pedestal, you see a small terminal computer. Oh, well, we've got to do something with a small terminal computer. Let me go ahead, though, and mark our directions out of here. Our fore and starboard. Okay, so fore is a new room. So let me go ahead and put that in here. All right, let's try this. Let's try and examine computer. The small terminal computer is actually quite similar to its Terran counterparts. Well, that's good. I wonder if it's a MEGA65. Maybe that's where the MEGA65 came from. Not considering the strange symbols seen on the screen. You notice a little slot, which you guess could be for storage media. I don't think I have anything that looks like storage media in my area. So it looks like we may want to come. So I'm going to list a computer in the control room. And it has a storage media. I'm going to just put media. There we go. All right, we're going to need to remember that. Let's go ahead and go for video surveillance. All right. So we'll say video surveillance. Okay, and what do we have here? You feel watched. Now that's meta. I'm feeling really watched right now. Not only is Olivia feeling watched, I'm feeling pretty watched right now. You feel watched even though you are the observer here. I kind of am the observer. You should see what I got going on here. A variety of cameras. Matter of fact, there's another one right there. So yes, cameras everywhere, right? How funny. A variety of cameras gives you an insight into numerous places, mainly locations where you have been before. So we can see where we've been before. One particular monitor somehow catches your eye. You may leave by going fore, aft, port, and starboard. Oh my goodness, this has got all directions. You may leave by going fore, aft, port, and starboard. Holy cow, we are really branching our world out now, aren't we? I kind of want to check out that monitor though. Let's say, look at monitor. Monitor shows a black screen. Strange, maybe it's broken. Huh. Examine monitor. Same thing. Okay, so that's going to give us the same thing. Can we search monitor? Okay, nothing special if we search it. Pretty sure we can't take it. I don't think. Yeah, it's mounted to the wall, right? Yeah, so that's hardly portable, of course. And there went my score, right, bit shifter? We just need to remember that there is a monitor in this video surveillance. So let me go ahead and write monitor. I need to figure out a really cool motif for this map I'm drawing too. So this is kind of fun. I will do that. I'm going to have some time next weekend while I'm at the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest. I might have some time the night before in the hotel room to maybe work on this mapping a little bit. I'll have to check that out. Again, don't forget, if any of you are in the United States and you're going to be at the Vintage Computer Festival Midwest next weekend, I will, in fact, be there. Look for me. And if you do see me, let me know what you want. I'll give you one of these for running into me and searching me out. And that's either a magnet, a holographic sticker, or a vinyl sticker for a laptop or whatever. So those will be there. Just a little thing right here. All right, let's get back to this guy right here and see if we can figure out what's going on. Let's go ahead and, you know, I always like going forward as far as we can. So let's go ahead and go 4. We are in the cargo bay. All right, cargo bay. You wonder how busy it must have been here back in the days. Okay, let me write down cargo. Let me make sure, cargo bay. Okay. When it was in full operation, the incredible dimensions of this place take your breath away. As far as the eye can see, there are containers, metal boxes, and heavy machinery to move. The video room lies aft, which is where we came from. Somewhat off to the side, there is a cargo terminal, probably intended to control various functions in the area. Let's examine the terminal. It doesn't look very special, just a regular computer terminal. The question is, what can be achieved with it? That is a very, very good question. What can be achieved with a computer terminal? Let's use terminal. The verb use is not something, let's see. I kind of want to use it. Somehow I want to function this terminal. Put key card in slot, talk to IO. Let's see, you can operate terminal. You try to see if you get somewhere with the terminal, but you're not able to operate the foreign technology yourself. IO is your only option. Did IO not come along? Do I have to take IO? Did I forget to take IO? Was he supposed to come back with me? Did I leave him and we don't have IO? Oh no, that's not good. Because according to my map, you cannot get back to the other ship right now. So I feel like, I hope I didn't have to take IO earlier. I hope that wasn't the case because let's see, I'm pretty sure he's not here. Yeah, so oh boy, this may not be good, folks, but we'll see where we go. Okay, so let's see, let me look again, see what we have. Okay, the only thing it looks like we can do now is go, let's see, a video room lies aft. Let's go back aft. And then we're also going to go port. So we're going to skip a couple of rooms here. So now we're in a small quarter. A small quarter. All right. A long time ago, the Grim Reaper took the immortal soul of the poor creature whose remains now linger on the bed. Ooh, that's a visual image. The corpse could be a security guard, as the proximity to the video room suggests. Interesting. A door leading starboard is the only. Let's examine. What are we calling this? Creature? Oh, if I could spell. At first glance, the species looks much like humans, but differences are difficult to recognize since the alien body is already mummified. The blue skin is, let's search the creature. Does he have anything on him that we need? Nothing special. Let me look in the room again. A long time ago, the Grim Reaper took the immortal soul of the poor creature whose remains now. Let's search bed. It's not necessary to search, let's examine bed. Of all beds on the ship, this is the one you would not consider for a nap. Probably not, because I don't want to sleep next to that guy. So Lone Tech thinks I can go aft to outside and up to your ship. We may try that because we're kind of working our way back. So let me see how much time we have. We got about 11 minutes. We may go see, let me just check out a couple of rooms. And what we may do is if we're at an impasse, we'll go back up and around. We can do that pretty quickly and see if we can find IO, and maybe we were supposed to pick him up. So thanks for that, Lone Tech. We'll see what's going on. Let me look again. I'm not seeing much we can do here for right now, but I do have it marked. So let's go ahead and go starboard, comma starboard, because there was another room over here, and this is the checkpoint. So let me go ahead and mark that. Checkpoint. All right, this says, most likely you are in a secure area. The empty room may be deceiving. Oh, it's an empty room, okay. You have no doubt that you need to be very careful here, because who knows what security measures are in place. An exit lies port, which is where we came from. Okay, so there's no other places we can go from here but where we are. A massive door leading 4 is blocking your way. Oh, okay, so there is a door here. We can't go 4, suggesting it may be passed by authorized individuals. You notice a glass slab lying on the ground. Look at slab. The slab is rectangular. You estimate it to be 30 centimeters long and 20 centimeters wide. The thickness is probably around 3 centimeters. I wonder why that seems. I don't think we can take the slab. An invisible force keeps it where it is. You are not able to take the slab. So if we go 4, it's going to say there's a door there. Should. Yep, there's a massive door. We do have, I can't imagine that one of our biometric passes would work here, but use pass on door. You can, put pass in door. Either this object can't contain anything, or okay, so that's probably right. Most likely you are in a secure area. Looks like there's not much we can take here. There's an exit port. I'm going to go ahead and make some marks here, suggesting it may glass slab. Let me put that on the ground here. Glass slab. All right. And we can't go forward because there's a door. I don't think we can use toolkit on door. That wouldn't seem right. So, didn't it say we could use open door with toolkit? Yeah, so that's not working evidently, so we can't do that. Let's go ahead and let me just look one more time. Most likely you're in a secure area. The empty room may be deceiving. You have measures. Toolbox. Yeah, so I'm trying to use the toolbox. Bit shifter, thank you. I appreciate the little nudge there. Let me see. You notice a glass slab lying on the ground. Use toolbox. Oh, not toolkit. I see. You're right. Thanks, Bit Shifter. Use toolbox on door. Open the door with toolbox. There's no obvious way to open it. Okay, open the. Yeah, no, I know. I'm learning. Open the slab with toolbox. Doesn't seem to be something you can unlock. All right, so okay, so it's not used. So it's either open or something with. Okay, so yeah, let me look at my list here. Oh, unlock. There you go. Unlock door with toolbox. It's interesting because so if I say unlock, open the toolbox. All right. There we go. You don't need to open the toolbox in the games. Just unscrew battery with toolbox or disassemble computer with toolbox. So I love that you guys are helping me continue to explore the alien vessel. Gotcha, Bit Shifter. Thanks for redirecting us where we need to be. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we did, if we come over to, let's see, port here, you feel watch, even though there's a variety of cameras, mainly because you may believe it. And didn't we have a monitor that wasn't working? This monitor shows a black screen. Maybe it's broken. So let's try that. Let's try and what was the? I need to write this command down. Fix monitor with toolbox. Oh, I see. Gotcha. I think you want to fix something. Please try fix monitor. You would achieve nothing by this. Oh boy. Here comes our spammers again. Let's go ahead and get them out of here. Report and unwanted report. There we go. Okie dokie. And Remove. Okay. All right. So let's see. Fix. All right, so now we have this monitor that's not working, BitShifter. I see what you're saying. Continue to explore the vessel. Toolbox is okay. Lone Tech, I got you there. Toolbox, yeah, I showed Tookbox instead. So good, got you there. And her name is Olivia. Yes, her name is Olivia. And hey, welcome, Ad64. Thank you. So maybe find parts for fixing later in the game. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking too. So let me just go one more. Where are we? Let's go port. So in the small quarter here, that's where the guy was. Let's see if we can. I want to go back to the cargo bay again. Now that I want to go back to the control room. So I'm going to go starboard, and then I'm going to go aft. So that gets me to the control room. It's supposed to be sometimes both technology and logic are the differ mark. At least something is beeping and noises. You can leave this place by going starboard. Mechanical pedestal. So we needed IO for that. I remember that. Let's go ahead and cargo bay. I feel like because BitShifter is saying, hey, hang out in the alien ship and keep looking. We need to do that. So let me go ahead and go starboard. That gets us into the sphere room, and the glowy nose comes to the middle of this room. What's its purpose? Could it be for transportation, which could make sense in the entrance area like this? An obvious exit is port. The passage starboard leads to a corridor. The hatch aft leads back to the shift. Obvious exit is port. Okay, so that goes back to the ship. There seems to be an invisible shield that keeps the atmosphere in the ship. And so then if we went star again, Player 7 Database says, oh, starboard. Can't abbreviate that one. That's right. And there's that small terminal is embedded into the wall. The corridor stretches deeper port and starboard into the bowels of the alien ship. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and go starboard. All right. We're in the base station. All right. So new area. Now we're cooking. Base station. Okay, base station. This area, the area appears to be a station for service droids. Many of the humanoid robots are twitching on the ground. It seems the ship has been abandoned for ages. We kind of knew that. Malfunctions such as these would occur over time. There are exits 4 and port. Okay, so port is where we came from. So there's another exit here. So we're getting deeper into the bowels of the alien ship, as BitShifter said. Yes, it is stuck on a screen. So there you go. Sorry about that. Thanks again. Lone Tech is now my new director. I'm going to hire him to direct all of these for us. Thank you, Lone Tech. Appreciate it. So we'll get that out of there. Your gaze falls on a particularly aggressive droid that is making its rounds here. Whoa. Talk to droid. I wonder if they can talk. Let's see. At the moment, you can't think of anything to say to the aggressive droid. Ooh, I don't like that he's aggressive. What's in my inventory again? A laser rifle and a biometric. We may have to laser this little droid if we're not careful, since he's aggressive. I would assume aggressive doesn't mean he's aggressive towards me, but he's aggressively working. I don't know. Let's examine droid. He moves ponderously and can't really be dangerous to you, but you feel you should take him out anyway. All right, well, here we go. Use rifle on droid. This does not seem like something I should be doing. Let's see. Oh, see, I've got to figure out how this verbiage here. So it says you can talk to IO, put key card, use, well, I thought I did that. Use rifle on droid. That's what I did before. So all right, shoot droid if you say so. There you go. With a laser rifle, you shoot, but the paralyzed mode doesn't really affect the droid. Oh, that's right. Examine rifle. I think there was a switch on there. You can change the weapon mode with switch rifle. Okay, switch rifle. There you go. Now we're in disintegrate. Now we're going to shoot droid. There we go. Okay, we just shot him. You shoot the droid with your rifle in disintegration mode. Severely hit, it goes down. Okay, let's see what happens here. Finally hit by your laser. The area appears to be a station so many of the. Okay, so probably what that's going to let us do is because we've closed out this droid, we can go forward. So let's go 4, and that gets us into quarters again. All right, a cold shiver runs down your spine as you approach a crew quarters. BitShifter wants me to examine the droid. Let me go back aft. BitShifter, I know it's killing you, isn't it? Okay, so let's examine droid. One shot was enough to destroy it. You wonder if you could use some of the droid parts. Oh yeah, take droid. You cannot take. I'm gonna use a take all. There we go. Disintegrate droid. You cannot take the whole droid with you, but if you disassemble, use tool box on droid. Got to figure out how to use this verb here because I used, let's see, you can talk to IO, put key card in slot, let's see, can we disassemble? Is that a verb? Disassemble droid. We want to be, okay, so disassemble. So this whole parsing thing is a little interesting. Disassemble droid with toolbox. All right, you disassemble a droid until nothing remains but droid spare parts. Take all. There you go. Droid spares taken. All right, I love the take all. Thank you for that, BitShifter. Okay, so let me just see my inventory here. We have some droid spares. Can we examine the spares? See what we have? Or is it just going to say, the spares come from the disintegrated droid shot at the base. If you ever stumble upon a broken droid, you might be able to fix it. Okay, so we'll use the spares for that. Excellent. Okay, so now let's go ahead and go 4. And that takes us back into our quarters. I need to go ahead and update a few things here. Let me see. This is where the droid was. Okay, got it. All right. So now, I gotta check my time. I'm getting carried away here. Oh my goodness, I've gone over. I've got a few more minutes I can finish. Let's see where we get. But before, as we're starting to wind up here though for today, because we've been at this an hour, not quite with the game for an hour. So I've got about 10 more minutes for that. What I really would love to hear from all of you. Let me see what we have. We've got, we've had a pretty standard stream of about 12 of you have been hanging out. If we want to continue one more time with this game, I might do one more. I told BitShifter earlier in the chat that I might not do another one beyond this one for Hibernated for a couple of reasons. First of all, I don't want to get, and I can tell you're right, BitShifter, there's no way. Didn't want to give too much away because I really would encourage you to purchase this from Stefan Vogt. This is available not just for the MEGA65, this is available for almost any retro computer and even some modern software if you want to do that. It's not that expensive. It's really cool if you decide to get the boxed kit, right, that you've seen, but you can also get it in digital form and, give Stefan a little thumbs up and a little cash for his time. It's really a great game. I am going to dig into it. I think also playing this online for me, I feel the pressure of you all watching me. I know, save. I'm going to get there. Don't worry, BitShifter. We'll definitely save before I get out of here. But there's also that little pressure of trying to do all of this, and I think I could have some fun just playing it. But again, if you think this is something you want to see, maybe one more, because it looks like we got a lot to explore without me giving away any of the endings. I won't be able to do it next weekend, obviously, because again, I'll be at Vintage Computer Festival Midwest. But if you'd like to see a future one where we come back, make sure that you post that down below. BitShifter also says, don't forget to mention the color control with the F keys. If you hit the F1, F3, F5, F7, you can change the color of your screen and your text and your background. I do show that in the previous video. Let me show you that here. So you can kind of customize this. And when you save, wherever you save, that's the screen colors that will come back the next time. So thanks for that, BitShifter. Yeah, that's great sharing that. So you can see we can do, and I think what I've done is I did the last time I saved. So let me just go ahead and do it here. I did this one in, I want to think this was yellow. Yep, there. And this one I did in white or green. Yep. And then I did this one in black. and then I did this one in black. So that's the one that I was kind of using, which I think is kind of cool. So let me know what you think on that. Not save Deve, but quit saves the color scheme. So quit, so save doesn't, you actually have to quit. So thank you for that, bit shifter. So if we save, that's going to save where we are. Quit will save the color scheme to the floppy, and then when it reboots, it'll do that. Hey, we will just try that right now. Before I do that, let me just check the quarters here. Cold shiver runs down your spine as you approach your crew quarters, very similar to those you expect. A locker somehow attracts your attention. Let's go ahead and open the locker. You open the locker only to find it's empty. That's absolutely disappointing, and that's what it says. On the other hand, what did you expect to discover? Alien underwear? There's Stephanie again. I wouldn't mind some alien underwear, actually. That would be cool. Disappointed, you close it again. And then there are exits fore and aft. So let's go ahead and we are going to explore one more time forward. This is, oh, the sick bay. All right. We should find Bones here, or McCoy, right? Sick bay. Let me go ahead and put this is kind of cool here. The facility far surpasses Terran technology. All walls seem to be made of an unknown red metal. The color may have had a calming effect on the alien builders. Interesting. With such equipment, a good medic might work wonders. Exits lead fore and aft. Oh goodness, we can go forward one more time. Let's go ahead and, we know we have a sick bay. Let's go ahead and do 4 again. Here we have the regeneration chamber. That sounds kind of interesting. Regen chamber. These aliens have some good tech. The spacious area, which appears sterile in a certain way, is dominated by tall tubes rising vertically to the ceiling. Thousands of statuses are visualized on the display behind them, flickering gently, almost hypnotically. The sole exit leads aft. Okay, so we're finally at kind of a stop point going this way. A tube in your immediate vicinity seems to be activated and shines in a friendly, rich green. Examine tube. There's not much difference between this tube and others, except this one is activated. Can we deactivate tube? I don't think we can. Has no entry. Okay, so that doesn't seem to be. So let's see the tube. Examine tube. Search. I think search and examine are the same thing. Take a look, but still don't find anything you hadn't seen before. Okay, so I think we've explored a little bit. Let me see where we are. Okay, we're at 307. So let me go ahead now, and what we're going to do is save this. And let's hope everything works. Let's save that to drive 8, which will be my floppy. And we're going to say save Sunday and 01 is what I like to call it. All right, and then according to BitShifter, if I type quit, what's going to happen is that's going to save my theme for the game, which, you know, I feel like there's, you know, before I do that, I feel like there should be some purple because and I set my light back here to purple because that's kind of a thing. Write protect, not saved. It shouldn't be write protected. I've already thrown it because I've saved on here before, so you can see that here. See? So we're good. Thank you for that, Lone Tech. Yeah, I know all of you are going, unprotect the disk. It is. See, we're good. So thank you for that. Because I had to update, remember I had to update this to get the latest version on here, so I had to do that. So we are good to go. Oh, I see what you're saying. Wait a minute. Yeah, you're right. Why does it say write protect? It is, what did I do? It looks like it slid down. Let's try that again. Disk full. Hey, I shouldn't be getting that. This is not good, folks. Don't tell me I'm going to miss everything here that... All right, BitShifter, you're on here. What's going on? We fix this. Let's try it again. There we go. Got it. Crisis averted. Seems the thing wasn't, I had to click it all the way down, which is kind of odd. It was down, but I had to click just so it did a little click. So we're good. So great. Thank you, chat room, for saving my bacon just then. I appreciate that. Okay. So what I was saying is I kind of would like this to be purple. So I'm going to change this to purple because I think if we're playing this game, it should have some purple because everything has this really twinge of purple on it, which I like the purple and green. I think that works well. We could do orange if we wanted to, but that's good. All right, so now let's go ahead and quit. So we're going to take this and do quit. Are you sure you want to quit? Now, according to BitShifter, this should save our color scheme. All right, so end of session, power off. So what I'm going to do is let's just test it, make sure. All right, everybody, keep your fingers crossed. All right, let's go ahead and mount. And let's do shift run stop. And let me get rid of the little HDMI thing across the lower screen here. Saving to floppy. How about that? We are old school today for sure. All right, so once it loads this image, then what we do is we just simply hit space bar. That'll load it up, and keep your fingers crossed that that's going to load our theme. Check it out. Even the loader, nicely done, BitShifter. Even the loader changes to our color scheme. Now you can see that doing this on the 3.5 floppy, it does take a little bit of time. If you want that old school experience, that's a great way to play it. But again, there is a way that you can play this from the .d81 disk image as well. So let's go ahead and let this go ahead and load. And I might show you just that quickly, show you how much faster it loads. See it loading into attic RAM here, BitShifter. So we're using, there you go. So we have this, and then what we can do is we can load, open, let's see, how do we, what is the command for this to come back? Oh my goodness, why am I, save and, is it restore? Yes, there we go. And Sunday 01. Just curious why it is. Restore makes sense. Hey, I just saw that, BitShifter. Thank you. Took me a minute to remember what it was. Okay, so we'll load that, and we can see it loading. And if we look, you'll see we're back at the regeneration chamber. So we are good to go. I do want to show you just quickly, before we go, I want to show you how much faster it loads from the disk image. So let me show you that. So if you're doing this with a disk image, let me go ahead and restore here. Do a quick reset. Get rid of our little banner across the bottom. So if we do restore, and we do 0, and we load the disk image, which is right here. Now watch how much faster it actually loads from the disk image. So if you want something that's a little faster, see how much faster that loads? And then hit space. And we're already in. Now, if I wanted to, I could have mounted that floppy before I loaded this on Unit 9, and then I could restore it back from Unit 9 to here, and then get that back, and then save it again to the disk image. So you can move that save image around. Now, if you're not sure how to do that, check my instructions for how you back up the floppy, or how you back up, or how you update the floppy from the disk image, and I have all those instructions in there. So, all right, so that concludes our little foray into another round of playing Hibernated 1, the director's cut. A huge thank you, BitShifter, for being here with us today. Also a big, huge thanks to you for helping us get this fixed so that I could save, because before, as I said, I couldn't save. Again, remember that I am at Vintage Computer Festival Midwest next week. I'm not doing a table or anything. I'll just be walking around. So if you are in the United States and you're going to Chicago for that, please be on the lookout for me, and say, hey, I want one of your stickers, and I'll or a magnet, and I'll have these for you, and you can grab one. But it just generally would just love to get to see you, get to know you. It looks like a great festival. I think Jamie and I are going to be taking, over at Jamie's Hack Shack, we're going to be taking some video. So maybe I'll do just a little short video about what that experience was like. And if I ran into anybody, maybe I'll take your picture. Maybe we'll do a short video and just see that. So I think that's it. So what I'm going to do is, as I always do, I'm going to go ahead and cue back up the music for a little bit. I'm going to keep the chat room going. If you have any questions in chat, please feel free to put those in there, and we'll hang out for about 5 or 10 minutes. And then I don't know when the next live stream will be. I will tell you this though. I am working with You know, I might be able to show this to you. Hold on a second. I am working on something I think is kind of fun. Let me see if I have it on here. I do. Let me just show this to you. Something I'm working on, and I'm going to need to come over here to number. Let's go to number. Ooh, if I can figure out. My goodness, here we go. I'm working on a little new series of MEGA65 tips and tricks, and I've developed this intro that this is not going to be the final intro. It's too small and some other things, but it's just a little. This is a failed attempt, but I'm using the MEGA65 to kind of create the opening intro graphic. So this is kind of it right here. And there's music with it too that was provided by. Let me go ahead and share that with you here. Let me stop this for a minute. Let me go ahead and show you that again. So Gerche in the MEGA65 Discord has been helping me with the music and provided the music for this, and I've been doing the graphics. But it's not going to look like this. This was a test. I've been doing the graphics, but it's not going to look like this. This was a test. So some tips and tricks videos coming your way. Again, that's not what you're going to see in the final. Neither one of us was very happy with that opening, but it just kind of gives you an idea of what we're headed. So there you go. That's it. I am going to get out of here. And again, thank you for joining me on Sunday. Everybody in the United States, enjoy your Labor Day off tomorrow. I think I might be doing a little MEGA65ing, but I think we're actually going to maybe do a little road trip to a little cozy little town about an hour from here. Just for some fun getaway and enjoying just a day off from work. So great to have you all here again. Thanks to everybody who joined, and at this time, retroCombs out. Thank you all. See you online soon. See ya. Thank you all. See you online soon. See ya. Thank you all. See you online soon. See ya. Thank you all. See you online soon. See ya. Thank you all. See you online soon.